Education lies at a peculiar crossroads in society. On one hand, it has the responsibility of anticipating real-life skills by preparing us for an increasingly complex world. But education methodologies can only be formalized after practices have been defined. This dichotomy is particularly aggravated when it comes to technology, where fast-paced innovation and perpetual change is the only constant. This video attempts to organize a series of emerging technologies that are likely to influence education in the upcoming decades. Despite its inherently speculative nature, the driving trends behind these technologies can already be observed, meaning it's only a matter of time before these scenarios start panning out in learning environments around the world.
Within 2 seconds of practice, I could pretty much represent any function that I wanted to on the board. Just being able to draw 2 different functions and see the intersection point and then be able to rotate those around any axis you wanted. Being able to visualize it that easily, that's something that I know from university. It took me a year or 2 to visualize that and fully comprehend it. So if they could do it in a class or 2, I mean, they're already going to be 10 steps ahead of their teachers that had to do it the old school way.
Virtual reality is great at creating experiences, ones that are interactive and that the brain responds to in a similar manner to actual experiences. It is a perfect fit for any learning content that is procedural and active. For example, simulating surgeries or visiting the bottom of a sea to do a species count. For abstract learning, teachers will need to determine the best way VR can augment what they already do in the classroom. For example, learning viscerally about how situational factors can affect emotional development with simulated character development, or experiencing the atomic structure of chemicals in 3D.
Here at UCSF, we're introducing virtual reality for the first-year medical students that corresponds with their first learning block. So when they leave the cadaveric lab, they can immediately come over to the virtual reality lab and they can learn the same material they just saw on the cadaver in a virtual space.
For on-the-job training, the goal of virtual reality is to create realistic workplace experiences and allow employees to take risks while working in demanding environments. Immersive technology allows for on-the-job training without downtime for the company or danger to the employee and coworkers. As critical as it is to business success, job training can be costly regarding production and manpower. In some scenarios, are nearly impossible to replicate without the full immersion capabilities of virtual reality.
You see everything that the customer sees. It makes you just actually feel like you're in the situation at that time, so you get that personal one-on-one training.
Augmented reality is another new technology that has started to make its way into education strategies. With this technology, it is possible to overlay reality with a context-sensitive virtual world that gives numerous possibilities for educators to enhance the learning experience. With AR books, games, and other teaching materials, students can be immersed in a virtually enhanced world, which encourages them to use their imagination and discover the possibilities of this new world.
You could use mixed reality for agriculture,
science classes,
geography.
Math would be a big one.
It provides a much more engaging experience for students, and that's the ultimate goal for a teacher, is to engage the students and have them learning.
In a time where many students, adults, and children alike are engaging in games during their free time, it is beneficial to take advantage of this technique to provide a more meaningful learning experience in their academic lives as well. Gamification offers many benefits to students. Students feel ownership over their learning. The atmosphere is more relaxed with regard to failure because learners can simply try again. Learning becomes visible through progress indicators. Students can uncover intrinsic motivation for learning and explore different identities through different character types. They're often more comfortable in gaming environments. Gamified learning also promotes cooperation among students and provides an excellent framework for micro-learning.
They are able to connect what they're doing, their actions, in this seemingly play game environment, but they begin to make connections to their learning. And when they're doing that, and you're only bounded by your imagination, the sky's really the limit.
In closing, I feel that each of these technologies is a part of the future of education and hold benefit and merit for both today's and future educators. It is in the mixture of the three that I am most interested in. By blending virtual or mixed environments with gamified learning techniques, teachers can provide students with immersive, enjoyable, and retentive learning that improves upon our current learning strategies.